Universal Studios.
And then once you've told them something cool that you did or you're going to do for spring break, raise your hand and tell me one more thing else.
I went to Universal Studios, the Disney World, and a Disney cruise.
Holy cow! Cameron.
I got my hair cut and I have bangs.
She's bangs! Cameron has bangs. This is incredible.
Golf.
Tell us your score. What was your score?
63.
Out of how many holes?
9 holes.
Ooh, that's a good score. I think he needs to sell. Yeah, that's solid.
Almost passed my bike.
Oh, wow. That's cool. Okay. What were you biking on?
The food trail.
Oh, nice. That's cool. What did you do, Sam? The zoo? Did, how many animals did they have out? All of them? Yeah. Was the snake pit open? No. It's just the snake room where they have all the reptiles. It was open? What did you do, Miss Stephanie?
I got a bike over the break. It's very nice, very exciting because I haven't had a bike for a long time, so I'm mobile now.
She's mobile. What are you gonna do?
I'm gonna fix the spring.
Fix the spring? What? Wait, what spring broke?
Spring break. Spring break.
I think that is stop. Okay, high five yourself.
I'll give you that.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's funny. What are you gonna do?
I'm gonna go to the hot springs in Fenway.
So you're visiting family?
No.
No, just for fun.
Yeah.
That's really cool. Not much. Taylor, you're better than this.
I stayed home for the rest of them. We live at brothers over there.
Oh, that's
We
cool.
used to share it.
Nice. That's awesome. Okay, so everybody grab, I didn't write this on the board, but grab the B flat and the F sharp real quick. Warm up. Pull that bad boy out. And then we're also going to do our handy dandy past the F. So remember how we listen to each other. We're listening for tone. We're going to listen to the trios around us. So our trio here is Jake and Cambria and Leon. So we're going to listen next to each other. Hey, Taylor, do you mind moving over one chair? And that way we can unify the group here.
Liam, can you go get some water?
Okay.
Yeah.
You've got those drinking fountain right out there to your right.
Okay. Let's go ahead and do that. Let's just play the G really quick. 1, 2, 3. Okay, ready? Start the exercise. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3. All right, next one. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3. match tone as best as we can. So that's where our sound is so unified that we don't hear those really weird wavers, okay? And it's kind of, it sounds like friction almost, okay? So we'll just do it a couple times so we can get used to it. All right, cool. So we'll start with Leon. I'll play and pass it to you. Ready? 1, 2, 3. We'll do it one more time. Ready? Show. I'm sorry, it's a concert F, so RG.
Oh, G.
Sorry, Liam, I was confusing you. Ready? Now, what I really want us to focus on this next time around is taking a really full breath from our abdomen. Remember we talked about this in the beginning a little bit? So when we're breathing, take a big breath like you're a big Italian fat man. So, big breath. Ready? 1, 2, big breath. And you stick that tummy out. That's what you want because you don't want to play with only these muscles. You can injure yourself and plus you can't play for very long. You want to breathe from down here and use your abdominals. Cool? So let's practice passing our breath real quick and see if we can do the same breath. So we'll start with me and I'll pass it to you, Taylor, okay? So I'm gonna go 1, 2, no, let's see. I'll do breathe in, 2, 3, 4, breathe out, 2, 3, 4. And then you'll breathe in on 4 and breathe out on 4. Does that make sense, everybody? Cool, okay. Ready? 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Out, 2, 3, big breath. Into with your stomach. Go, 2, 3. Out. Then. Out, 2, 3, 4. Out, 2, 3, 4. Breathe in. 2 with your stomach. Out, 2, 3, 4. 3, 4, and out. 2, 3, 4. Breathe in with your stomach. Out. 2. That was good. 4 and 2, 3, 4, and out. 2, 3, 4. In 2, 3, 4, and out. 2, 3, 4. That was awesome. Okay, so this next one, let's do. Put our hand. We're gonna do the same thing. Put our hands on our stomachs, and if we don't feel our stomachs moving, we're not doing it right. And then when we breathe out on our hand. And if we can't feel that and hear that kind of watery sound of like air hitting our hands, sound like a waterfall. I don't know why I made that connotation, but I did. So hand on stomach, it's not moving, we're not doing it right. If we don't feel and hear that sound in our hand, we're not breathing out fast enough. Yeah, make sense? Good. Okay, let's start with Liam. Okay, ready? I'm gonna breathe in and then pass it to you. Ready? Breathe in. Breathe in. 2, 3, 4. Breathe out. 2, 3, 4. Breathe in. 3, 4. Breathe out. 2, 3, 4. Breathe in. 2, 3. Breathe out. 2, 3, 4. Then 2, 3, 4, breathe out. 2, 3, 4, breathe in. 2, 3, 4, breathe out. 2, 3, breathe in. 2, 3, 4, breathe out. 2, 3, 4, breathe in. 2, 3, 4, breathe out. 2, 3, 4, breathe in. 2, 3, 4, breathe out. 2, 3, breathe in. 2, 3, 4, breathe out. 2, 3, 4. Okay, great job. That was awesome. Okay, did everybody hear everyone's air when it was hitting their hand? Everybody heard every single person's air. Not quite, no. So that means that we're not moving the air fast enough with our abdominals. So make sure that we're staying aware of that, okay? We have to move on. That was pretty good. So let's pull out a diva. And
the smaller blast, when do you want them to keep scale past
oh, we can do that now. So we'll send them out in the
that?
hall.
You want to do that right now?
Yeah, and just keep.
Or do you want to do it after the
No, do it now because I'd like them all to be here for Jody.
Okay. Great.
Yes.
So does anybody here want to pass off on a scale today? You two? Or you three? Okay. Start with Taylor and then we'll go down the line.
Awesome. Okay, so let's look. Actually, we're going to play through the whole thing. So, okay. Right now, just think in your mind one thing. We're going to play through Medieval all the way through. Think in your mind one thing that you want to play totally perfect. So whether it's one rhythm, maybe it's a dynamic, maybe you want to make sure you play all the accidentals or all the notes with the correct fingerings, all the rhythms right. Think of that one thing that you're going to play perfectly. Okay, and then when you've thought of that one thing, you decide you're going to do it, touch your nose. You found that one thing that you're doing. Awesome. Okay, so now we're going to play it. Lane Taylor's spot. Okay, and start at C. 1, 2, 1, 2, ready, go. their national anthem. So, and we're going to decide where we want to breathe, so that way we can determine what sort of dynamics we're going to do. So, next person want to pass? Anybody? Yeah, go for it, Liam. Cool. Okay, so what we need to decide is where we're going to breathe so we sound like a unified section. So, in the recording, it kind of sounds like, do you guys understand what phrasing means? It's like when a musical line ends. It's kind of like the end of a sentence, right? So, when I hear it, I hear two-bar phrasing, which means we would do this. We're going to vote on it. So we're going to either do a 2-bar phrase or a 4-bar phrase. So a 4-bar phrase would sound like this. Earlier. So, raise your hand if you really liked the first one, the 2-bar phrase. And I can play it again if you like. Yeah, so 2. And raise your hand if you like the 4th one, or the 4-bar phrasing. Yeah? Okay. So, Cambria, why do you like the 4-bar phrasing?
Because it sounds a little bit more connected instead of constant.
Yeah. That makes sense. Taylor, why do you like the 2-bar phrasing?
Well, you can play better if you have the right.
Mm-hmm. That makes sense too. So we can play with this a little bit more. It's not a set thing. I think for now, we could do that 4-bar phrasing. But what that means is we're going to have to use that correct breathing from our diaphragm. So we're going to have to breathe in with the big, deep Darth Vader sound, you know, the kind of thing, not the high, with our shoulders. That's just sad. So let's try it 4-bar phrasing together on the chorale E. So that means you don't breathe till 4 bars later. If you need to mark it in now so you remember. It doesn't mean it's final. That's just what we're going to do right now. Cool? Okay. So let's start at E and let's end at F. All right? 1, 2. 1, 2, big and full. So, for now, everyone take up your handy dandy pencil and mark in 4 after E. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's after that half note G. Yeah, after the half note G. marking a little breath mark, like a apostrophe. And then do it again 4 bars after that comma, or that apostrophe. So 1, 2, 3, 4. That's after the F half note. We do da 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 da. Next breath mark. And then we're going to breathe if you need to after 2 bars there. Okay? So we can set it up for that next phrase and do it all over again. Cool? All right, let's do that again. And this time, it would be so cool if we could play with a solid forte at E and then crescendo through into F. We'll play with the forte. So we have this dynamic difference. Cool? Let's do it. Remember the 4-bar phrasing. 1, 2. 1, 2, big and full. Where it says grandisio. Grandioso. Bethany knows how to read. Cool, okay. Let's play that measure and the next measure. So those 2 measures. So 80 and 81. Ready? 1, 2. 1, 2, big and full. An 8th note early. So we got to make sure that for that half note, we're holding it 3, 4, 1, da, 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 da. Yeah? So let's sing that. Actually, no, let's clap it really quick. Okay, ready? 1, 2. 1, 2, ready, clap. 1, 2. Now let's sing it. Let's say it on top. 1, 2. Say it on top. Da 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 ta 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 ta. Let's play it. 1, 2. 1, 2. Ready, play. We're changing on the and. So take your pencil really quick and show the downbeat on that first note of measure 81, and then write a little and sign on the second 8th note. Does this make sense? So measure 81, write a big downbeat, like a line, saying, this is the downbeat. So if we have 8th notes. These are terrible 8th notes. Oh my goodness. I took a drawing class. Okay, so that would be cool. Just to remind yourself. Okay, let's play it again. One last time. Ready? 1, 2. 1, 2. Ready, play. One more time. I'm going to stomp on that downbeat, and you can't move till after I stomp. And then we're going to move on. Ready? 1, 2. 1, 2, ready, go. Jody. Jody. Quick. Go into the Jody. Actually, we're gonna play it all the way through. Okay, ready? Here we go. Okay. Ready? One, two, right at the beginning. 3, 1, 2, 2, 2, 3. play really, really soft, but there's still accents there. So that means it's still got that intensity, right? So it's the da, 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 da. Put that emphasis on that and a 4 over there, okay? And then what dynamic do we end up going to? Forte, exactly. So let's actually do that. Ready? 51. 1, 2. 1, 2, 51. So, just because it's piano doesn't mean we stop using our air. Yeah, so that means that we need to use fast air, it's just slower. Does that make sense to everybody? So think, it's almost easier if you think piano, but make sure you're still taking that full breath. Do you have a question? No? Okay, cool. So let's do 51 again. Remember, still full breath. Support the sound, okay? 1, 2. 1, 2, big breath. Don't forget those accents. See those accents? Point at them. Point at them. Pencil? Oh, you just broke it. The pencil sharpener. Okay. 51. Here we go. 1, 2. 1, 2, 51. Now, we only say shame when I say Miss McKinsey, right?
Shame.
Ah, there you go.
Is it alright?
Yeah, go ahead. Okay. So then, Taylor will add you in there. Or no? Yeah, go ahead and play something. Okay. And then pick out something really good that you heard, okay? Whether it's full air, whether it's dynamic, did they play the accents? And then we're going to have you guys do it. Okay? 1, 2, 1, 2, 55. One more time. Forte! 1, 2, 1, 2, big and full. Awesome. Okay. What was something that you heard that was just super awesome?
It was loud.
It was loud. It was forte. Yeah.
It started quickly, so easy to do it.
Yeah. Yes, exactly. That's so good. Now, what do you think they could do better?
Stay strong. Okay.
Yeah. Did they miss something? They missed the accents. The accents. It's your guys' turn. Ready? 1. Remember, guys, you gotta listen to something that they do really well and think of something they can fix. 1, 2. 1, 2, big and full. Mm-hmm. I thought you guys actually played some of the accents, which is pretty cool. They did play the right notes. Okay, stop for yourselves because you guys are playing this section pretty solid. So, okay, let's go ahead and let's do the beginning. So, what did we say this was?
Forte.
Well, besides forte, what were we doing, Sam? A call and response. We're calling to the clarinets in this, right? So remember, we're calling to the clarinets, okay? So let's go ahead and play it. Ready? 1, starting measure 3. 1, 2. 1, 2, big and full. Yes! Okay, so let's do it. Ready? Measure 3 again. 1, 2. 1, 2, big and full. Let's do 59, and let's go all the way to the end. When we focus on 59 to the end, notice we have a lot of fortes and fortissimos, right? So it's getting really intense there. So, but then as we're getting towards the end, it's starting to get kind of soft, right? Kind of quiet and mysterious and a little bit delicate. So we need to make sure that we're getting, when we're starting to play piano, that we're what? We are not only quiet, but we're supporting the air, right? Which means we're breathing from where? Exactly, Taylor, the stomach. So let's do that, our abdominals. Starting at 59, big and full, intense. And then when we get to measure 74, we gotta start becoming delicate. Ready? 59, 1, 2, 1, 2, big and full. Something that you're going to improve in rehearsal. So for both Madiba and Jody. And then, once you've done that, touch your nose. If you've talked about both of them. Both Madiba and Jody to your neighbor. once you've done that, think about 2 musical concepts that you want to really focus on in this upcoming rehearsal in full ensemble, okay? Dynamics, it could be full breathing, having a steady, really into the tone, or playing articulations correctly, doing correct fingerings, remembering all the accidentals, watching the conductor, that's another good one, okay? So we didn't get to everything today, which means by yourselves, you're gonna have to really work on simple gifts and medal of freedom, okay? So, okay, let's pack up and get going. Good job, guys. You really